CBS News Elections and Surveys Director Anthony Salvanto is here with what we can learn from the record-breaking early voting numbers. Anthony, good morning to you. 82 million, that's the estimated number of people who have voted early. What does that tell us about enthusiasm, and how can we read into overall turnout based on what we see so far?
Hey, good morning, Tony. That 82 million that you mentioned is a record, and I think it's a mixture of enthusiasm and also anxiety. Voters tell us they think this election is the most important of their lives, but they're also worried about voting in a pandemic, trying to get those ballots cast in time. I think, based on this, that our turnout is going to go to a record 150 million, maybe higher than that. But there's still some mystery in here, and it's going to be this, Tony. Already, Democrats tell us that they've cast more early ballots than Republicans, and our analysis, both of the polls and the voting registration rolls, supports that. So Democrats have what you might call a lead right now, but what's remaining still out there leans more Republican. So the question as we head into Election Day is going to be, do Republicans turn out in large enough numbers to catch up? They have the numbers to do it. Does Democratic turnout slow down? And if it does, the Republicans can catch and pass them, and that's going to be the big setup for November 3rd, Tony.
So national presidential elections are state-by-state affairs, which is why we talk about a path to victory. What are the paths to victory for the two candidates, and are there potential upsets on the map as you see it?
Yeah, there are potential upsets and a lot of surprising swing states this year, Tony. Some of them we've talked about in the Sun Belt. For one example, a lot of people are looking at Arizona. Our polling there has that as a toss-up. Joe Biden would love to flip that. Hasn't gone Democratic since the 90s. Well, for the president, though, he's going to try to replicate his 2016 map. I think he's going to try to win Florida, always a battleground, win Georgia, which is a toss-up, and then he's got to go to the upper Midwest and win back Ohio, pull a couple of these lean blue, lean Democratic states in the upper Midwest, maybe Wisconsin out of the Democratic column, maybe try to pull off a surprise in Minnesota as well. So the president goes to the upper Midwest. Joe Biden needs to hang on to what he's already got as a lead up there, Tony.
So, Anthony, some states under state law will not begin processing and counting mail-in ballots until Election Day itself. What will that mean for how early in the evening or into the next day you'll be able to give us results of this election?
I suspect I will have a very late night, as will everybody, but we'll stay with it. I want to show you specifically how we do this, though. Let me give you an example out of Michigan, for instance. We know that a state breaks down into heavily Republican areas and traditionally heavily Democratic areas. Well, if the ballots haven't been counted yet, let's say I'll use the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and northern Michigan as an example. That's a Republican area. If the ballots haven't been counted there yet, I'll tell you it's a Republican area that's still out. Here in Detroit, that's a Democratic area. If their ballots haven't been counted yet, we'll tell you that there's probably a big number of Democratic ballots still to come. So we'll give you that complete picture at CBS News from the decision desk, and then you'll see a comprehensive view of what's in and what's out, and we'll show it all to you.
Such a valuable picture into what you guys do. You've been doing it at the CBS News polling unit for more than 50 years. The country's relied on you to make those calls, and we will rely on you again on Tuesday. Anthony, thank you very much. We appreciate it.